Hello and welcome everybody to today's Intuitive Growth with Oracle and Tarot Cards series. Today we are joined with DEEPIKA, who has a beautiful, joyful energy to share with us today. DEEPIKA, how are you?
I'm good, Jessica. How are you? It's been a great honor to be in this interview with you. Lovely to talk about Oracle cards always.
So much for this. Perfect. So we seem to have a little bit of an overlay there with the internet, but let's move forward. So DEEPIKA has many talents, not just reading oracle cards. DEEPIKA was sharing that you have a shamanic energy and that you work with and a great awareness of the beings who are awake around you, specifically her children. So where did your journey with oracle cards begin?
Okay. It's been quite a few years back. I think 2-3 years back or so. One more interesting point is I was working in a corporate world for more than 15 years. You might have imagined, with 2 kids and a hectic work schedule in an IT company. It was taking too much of me. That's when I fell into a depression. It was like a chronic depression actually. And I figured that out in few months that I'm not the same person whom I was really, who I used to be. And that moved me into this spiritual line, come back into the spiritual line actually. I used to meditate regularly in my school days and all, but then as and when you grow up, you leave those world aside and get into the turmoils of the human world, right? That's what happened. And this became a very turning point for me, like a breakdown to a breakthrough point. So I started, so YouTube was a great source for me to get all those guided meditations. I started my meditation journey with the angels specifically. So there were so many people like Sarah Hall, Melanie Becker. I used to listen to them regularly, and they also do these oracle card readings. So that's when I got up with the card readings. Like, it gave me real guidance into what I'm going through. It's like I'm an empath and very, very sensitive to energies. Whatever happens in the universe or the world, all the planetary conjunctions, any retrogrades, any seasons, everything affects me. And I was not able to actually see through it at all, what is happening with me and why it is happening and all. So my only guidance came from oracle cards during those times. And that too with the angel cards. So angelic energy as well as the oracle was like a mix and the starting point for me into this ascension journey specifically. And slowly I learned so many healing modalities. I healed myself. And I saw the power in all the quantum healings and all these divination tools. So that became really a passion for me. And I continued with it for years together. So specifically for oracle cards, I started with angel. Then I moved on to goddesses like Isis cards. And then when I learned the shamanic painting, the elemental worlds were introduced to me. The dragon energy wants to speak with me, and the fairies and the flowers. So it's like all dimensions opened up, and the connecting point for each and every dimension for me is with the oracle cards. That's how I see it now. So it's like it's a part and parcel of my journey, and even today I use it daily for my own guidance.
Powerful. Powerful. There's so many nuggets in that. You shared that you began your journey with oracle cards 2.5 years ago. So with the personal healing that you experienced from the states of depression, and you said it was like a breakdown for a breakthrough, how would you say, did it feel very fast for you? Because 2.5 years for all of this to emerge, it sounds like a really short time. How did you experience that?
I think I gave myself permission to move fast, really fast.
Oh, are you naturally a fast-paced person?
Yeah, it's like I was very impatient. I know my soul knows everything. Like whatever my soul gifts are, what are going to come to me, and I'm like very impatient to move on this journey. I don't leave any stones unturned. Like I'm always in this thirst of knowledge and to know more and more, learn more. In spite of my hectic schedule, right? I have a 9 to 6 job, which also overruns at times in the nights. I have 2 kids and family to take care of. It's like, in spite of that, I tend to figure out or carve out time for me into these subjects. It's like, I can't sleep without these, without doing something in this or learning something new. That's why I have this Gemini energy, and it is like knowledge of all things. I have to keep myself on it.
Definitely.
And it made me ungrounded as well. I realized it at times. And the guidances came from oracle cards too. It's like, yeah, you need to slow down. Okay. I get all kinds of messages.
How do you slow down without feeling like you're holding yourself back? What ways do you find slowing down while still moving forward serves you?
As a psychic, right? We get into our dreams. We know our soul work intuitively. Maybe not the full picture. You know there is a life purpose for you. You know something is going to come in the future. And I also get dreams about that. And also people, the universe sends lots of signs, right? Not only through oracle cards, through people or through the birds, through your spirit animals, through other messages. So I used to get all these messages. I used to get some dreams. So I always chart that out and figure out something is going to happen. And I go to the oracle cards for guidance as to, am I in the right path? Am I in the right path? Okay, you are in the right path. No need to worry, you'll get there soon.
So do you feel like the oracle cards for you are a very big confirmation point?
Exactly. Because you have no one else to look on to in this journey, especially. It's like I feel it's like a very personal journey, and your end goal is very personal too. There's no one path or very strict path or so. You weave the path, you have your free will, and you reach the destination. So these kind of divination tools have been really, really supporting me in having clarity in reaching my goal and believing in me and trusting in myself that I'll be there.
Beautiful. You shared that your favorite healing guide for working with elementals, angels, goddesses, and multidimensional beings are through the cards. What led you to feel like, because you said it's a very personal thing, what led you to share from just using them personally to begin reading for other people? How did that open up?
So I was working in the IT field, and I also saw my colleagues struggling to find the work-life balance, and they were also getting depressed or so. So I have one of the friends, she's also a psychic. I know she's a psychic, but she's not completely into it. She's into a career path. So when she wanted guidance, I introduced her to the oracle cards. And then she was able to confidently look on to her journey. That gave her even more hope to follow her dreams or guidances day in and day out. So when I saw whatever benefit I am getting through these years in my own ascension journey, even anyone can get these guidances in their normal lives too. It's not only in your life purpose or in your dream or anything you need these guidance. These are messages that are coming from the universe for us to stay in our path, course correct us, and which gives even more hope and also joy. So I thought I should share this with the world, and then I started working on doing these readings. I also have a Facebook group in which I do daily readings as well. apart from the weekly readings I do in many other groups.
Powerful. And in the bio, you can find all the links to DEEPIKA's social media handles. So the Facebook group and any other places to reach out and receive from your energy. So if you feel like you're someone that's fiery and on the go and you know your soul knows everything, you're ready to remember it all, this is definitely the lady to receive guidance through and from.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much.
Oh, beautiful. I love actually how you just highlighted how you had this, you remember everything, you know your soul, you know your soul knows. And you highlighted that oracle cards offer different stages to achieving dreams and such. How do you feel that, because I mean, we all have different dreams at different stages in our life. So what can you elaborate on that, how they share and highlight where you are on the path towards specific dreams?
I remember working with goddess Isis. So when I was doing the healing work, I became interested in all the Egyptian spiritual paths. And I also, I was told by one of the psychics that I had many past lives in Egypt as a priestess. And that's when I got involved with Isis. And if you see the oracle deck by Isis, right, Alana Fairchild, so every card comes with a journey with Isis as well. So you meditate with her and do whatever she says. So it's like kind of a revelation into what is going for you as well as what is going to come. I could state you one of the specific incidences, like from the childhood, I used to have lots of allergies and wheezing and breathing difficulties. It's been carried over from my, it's been inherited in my DNA from the grandparents and all. So it's been flowing in my family. So I always have a horrible time with that. But one day the card came as like, the healing is coming, like immense healing is coming for you. And there was a journey to write down the healing I need to take place and keep it in a box, and then put it in a song. I don't remember what are the steps exactly, but I really I knew it is going to come, and I really prayed to Goddess Isis for it, and I did that ritual. Within few days or a month or so, I learned one of the most powerful modalities, which was inherited from the ages of Atlantis. And then that opened up to, it's like it's carried over in my DNA because of my ancestors. So the answer came in as well as the healing came in. I trusted completely, and it was like, it was almost 80% gone. Now I have all the tools to heal myself, even if I get it, like we have symptoms with allergies and all, right? I can always heal it anytime now. I'm very, very comfortable with myself now. So it's like all these oracle cards have the potential to transform your life completely too. That's what I saw in my journey. It's not just one-off guidance that you get in a day or tomorrow. It's not that. It's like you can have it with you for your life and you journey with it.
An ongoing friend walking with you on the path.
Yeah.
Is that the healing modality that you used for those physical challenges? Did you use that for the depression as well, or was there a different tool that came forward for you?
The depression was, it was during the initial stages. That's when I was introduced to healing modalities, and I healed myself through theta healing. I had my own spiritual guru, so I learned the modality from her, and she healed my depression in one session. That was like completely, I was suffering from it for months together, and this one session, completely transformed my life. That's when I understood the power of energy healing, and I really, really wanted to pursue with it.
Prior to that, did you put any stock in energetic healing? You know, like as someone, you already believe in energy and have an awareness of it, and you go to a healer, you're not surprised by it. But was this like a, oh my gosh, what did I just do? This actually works kind of a thing?
I've been a certified Reiki healer even during my college days.
Oh, nice.
So I knew this works, but I don't do it for me at all. It's like I've lost touch with that for more than a decade or so. So I'm not into it. But when I started learning and it transformed me, it's like theta healing is a very powerful tool. You create the reality with the creator. It's like you co-create it, which is completely different from other healing concepts. And when I talked about Isis and the Atlantis healing, right? The Atlantis healing is like a even more advanced version of theta healing. It's like a magical tool like I have in hand. I can just use the scripts and run the energy. That's how it is.
Do you use that with others as well?
Yeah, I have my own spiritual business and I use them with my clients and sessions too.
Yes. That's so exciting. It's always wonderful when you receive something that is unique to be expressed through you, but at the same time ancient and age-old wisdom.
That's true.
You mentioned something, the co-creation of the theta healing. And I'd like to connect that back to with the cards. So I personally feel like I have a relationship with each of my card decks that is unique, that they're my friends. I call them my friends. So do you feel like there's a co-creation element present with the card decks? I
feel always connected with the cards and do it more intuitively. Like I don't follow any pattern out there like layout. This is the layout, you have to use this for a card, which has been given by the author of the oracle cards or so. I always go intuitively. It's on my free will, and I just think of a question, I just pull a card randomly. It's like I'm really, really very, very connected to the cards, and it's so connected that I also observed one of the pattern. It's like an interesting thing. I just remembered it now. I'll tell you. So a few months back, it's like I pull a card for the given day, and whatever card that's been lying at the last, right, that will come up on the next day for me. I figured that out, and I was like, okay, I can read the card for tomorrow also now, and I'll just look at it, the last card.
That's an interesting pattern. Is that still, do you still see that occurring?
I'm not into that now, but it did occur one or twice. I almost forgot it actually.
Powerful. I'm glad the reminder was brought up for you. I've got a bit of a fun question. So, curveball. If you were to describe your relationship with your card decks, what taste would you describe it with? Taste or flavor?
Is it like, how do I choose my card decks? Or
the card decks you have presently, what kind of taste would you say? And maybe you pick one specific one, or you give a flavor or a taste for all of them.
Oh, taste. Interesting. I can talk about my magical dimension deck.
Ooh.
This is by Light Star. What taste I can give? It's like mix of all 6 tastes together. It's very shiny. It has all the varieties in it. It talks about everything, like you get messages from your spirit animals, from your galactic beings, from the elementals. So it's like a mixture of all the dimensions together. So it's like a mixture for me.
That's beautiful. So all the tastes are being satisfied at once.
Exactly.
Very fun. So you say you go into reading your cards very freely and using your intuition. How do you feel reading the cards has strengthened your trust and your clarity around just receiving through intuition? Because I mean, like you said, you have the healing modalities, you have the painting, all of these different aspects of you are different dynamics of your intuition. So what value has the cards offered in strengthening that?
So as we spoke about already, right? Cards are like a major source of confirmation for me.
Mm-hmm.
So being intuitive and psychic, I get messages from spirit. And most importantly, I am claircognizant and clairsentient. Not at clairvoyant and I don't hear things.
Mm.
So when you have these two clairs very much inactive, I think we need something definitely to counterpart it or confirm it, right? So this is like my right hand for me. I know I'm getting the messages, but where is the confirmation? I don't hear it or I don't see it. I know everything. I know everything. So if I get my messages from my left hand, oracle cards are like my right hand. Okay, this is it.
That is such a
That's how I
beautiful
see it for me.
harmony. I love that balance between the intuitive, this is my left hand, well, I'm mirrored on the screen, but that's okay, and the cards in the physical world are that right hand confirmation, bringing them together. That's such a fun way to perceive it, because they're not taking away from your natural gifts, then they're just reinforcing what's already present. Okay.
Exactly.
That is, I love the way you're sharing. Thank you so much. What golden nugget do you have available for those listening who wish to grow their intuition using oracle cards? Maybe they are using their right hand, but they're not quite sure how to bring that harmony in with their left hand. What golden nugget of advice would you offer?
Mm-hmm. Always trust your intuition. That is the one thing I've learned really through the oracle cards. It was very difficult for me in my early journey to trust my intuition, especially because everything is like claircognizant for me. That's one of the major challenge for me. But whatever has been coming to me is the truth. So always trust your intuition and trust your higher self. Tune into your higher self. Your higher self has all the messages. It has all the truth. Just open yourself up to receive from your higher self. And source. They are the channels for you and nothing else.
Beautiful. Are you able to elaborate on that fine line between allowing the cards to be a confirmation that what you're receiving is truth versus a crutch? So you're never completely trusting your intuition, you're putting more trust in the physical. Are you able to elaborate on that dance?
If you take me now, after journeying so many years with these cards and learning to trust myself more, I know the energy around the situation already. I already tune into my higher self and I would have listened to the messages. And intuitively, something will be poking inside me. So I have a clear picture of whatever is surrounding any given situation. And this oracle card comes in and completes it. That's how I see it.
Okay. That like final piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful. With you, so for those who don't know, the paintings in the background are DEEPIKA's shamanic paintings. Yes, I love that portal one in the background. So,
I channeled it during the Lionsgate portal.
oh really? Oh, that is amazing. Oh,
The Syrian portal.
sh-
It's the Syrian portal.
my heart just opened as you said that. I did an event on the Lionsgate portal without even realizing that it overlapped. It was one of those synchronistic moments that your brain can't make it up. So obviously there's still a lot more energy present, but I still feel drawn to that. With your painting, so I see one thing I really love and value about oracle cards is the artwork behind it. There's so much detail the creators put into it and the magic and such. And the previous interview was actually done with someone who's created her own oracle cards.
Wow, that's so cool.
I know. You don't often get to meet people who do that. It was such a unique experience. I was like, wow.
I have this in my list to do this in future.
Okay,
I channel my paintings and create an oracle card after.
Okay, so then this actually fits in with my question. This is perfect. So with how you channel your paintings, where do you feel the value of the words of the oracle cards come in, or do you resonate more with the imagery?
It might be quite contradictory. Whatever oracle cards I've been reading, I feel very much connected with the words that are put over there. Even though I am a shamanic painter, that's how I communicate with the cards personally.
I don't feel that's contradictory at all. I often find, like how you say there's a knowing, I find my cards give voice to the knowing. I don't always find the words for, because sometimes that knowing is so succinct and grand simultaneously. To put it into words feels it can be difficult. So I like how you highlighted that you naturally are connected with imagery and allow that to flow, and the cards offer that word source for you. Am I correct in hearing that?
Yeah, that's what it is for me.
Powerful. I love hearing the amount of people that connect with Alana Fairchild's oracle cards. I think most of my decks are from her, and it's never even intentional. I normally get the deck and then only realize that afterwards. So she definitely has some magic.
Seriously, the goddess magic. Power of the goddess.
Absolutely. Yes, I felt that. So what reminder do you feel is valuable for someone growing their relationship with a deck? So, we come to find new decks, or maybe you have a deck that's with you through multiple stages of living your life. What do you think is something important to keep in mind to nurture that relationship?
For me, it's initially I think we need to play with the cards, asking questions that you know the answers already for.
Okay.
Then you'll be able to create your own channel. How your question is being answered from spirit through this particular card deck. So it will be different for different people. Whatever has been placed in the card, the picture or the words, need not be exactly be taken as guidance for you. But how your life has been built and how you see the life and what is coming through the cards are your messages. So I think we need to figure out our language with any particular oracle card deck and then journey with it. I remember initially I got some oracle card deck which I didn't touch for 10 months or so now. I'm not really connected to that card deck. I do not know, even though it's really, really very good. It conveys beautiful messages. I'm not connected to that. But whatever has been coming, the messages that has been coming from the goddess or angels, the elementals, dragons, I'm more connected to that. So whatever energy you hold in your soul gives the connection with the oracle cards too. That's what I personally feel. And if you feel really connected to your oracle card deck, it's for you. It's for you to keep it. You treasure it and you journey with it. You'll definitely be transformed through the oracle cards.
Powerful. We might be the same in this, but I don't want to assume. So I'm asking out of curiosity. So I know which card deck, I say my card deck's called to me, because that's literally, it's like there's someone else in a different room and I can hear their energy calling out and saying like, I'm the one who has the answer for you. So sometimes that might be that they pop, like that deck pops into my mind, but other times it's as if someone else in the different room went, Jess, and I can feel that call from them, and I'll go to it, and as soon as I pick it up,
Sweet.
it is sweet. And they're always so kind, like, hi, you're asking this question to the universe, but just come and shuffle me, I've got it for you. How do you feel?
That happens.
Okay.
So you don't really need to plan to work with oracle cards. I just pass over my altar and I intuitively feel like picking some card deck and looking at a message. That message may be for a given day, or something is going to come in the next week too. You never know.
Mm. That's a powerful.
So these are like,
yeah. Sorry, finish.
Yeah, these are like signs from the universe or messages which you are being made to be aware of. These synchronicities to happen. Yeah.
I feel like that's such a beautiful thing to highlight, that when you get a card, it isn't always about for that given day. Sometimes it's letting you know about what's to come, and it's giving you a sense of preparation or awareness before it actually arrives, which in its own way allows us to trust our intuition when we feel something or have that knowing about something. It's a confirmation before we even ask for it.
Yeah, I think this is like a knowledge for me. I figured that out. Okay. Initially, during my healing days, I was like looking out for my soul purpose. Oh, I'm not in my path. My path is not right. But I need to figure out what is my soul purpose and journey, and where am I going to end. There were lots of questions going on around me. And I reached out to an angel card reader. She is very, very sweet. And she gave me one whole life path reading. So I wanted to talk about this. Something came to me now. That life path reading is like, it talks about your soul purpose and also what's going to happen in the next 1 year or so. It's not like exactly events, but I had one dream in my mind, like I want to move abroad and live with my family. So that is also one question I asked along with my soul purpose and all that. So it gave me a reading like, in 1 year, these are the events that are going to happen. Everything is happening exactly whatever has been predicted, except that the timeline is different. It's not been 1 year. It's been happening in 2 to 3 years timeline, I guess. More than 2 years. But whatever has been laid out in the reading is happening exactly in the same way. So it's like spirit has given all the messages. The entire puzzle is being decoded, but the timeline is different. As like in angels' views, the timeline collapses, right? Even 1 year is like 1 minute for them. That's how it is.
That's a good reminder that for it predicted in 1 year, but to them in human, they were saying 1 year, but in reality, in human years, it's like 10 years.
In human years, it's like exactly. I didn't realize it in the beginning, but when I journeyed through it, that's the truth.
How is that?
I just want to highlight that.
That's beautiful. How has that been with your natural desire to move at a very fast pace through things, that you're seeing everything come to pass, but there's an awareness of, oh, different timeline though. How do you experience that or manage it?
Yeah, I think that's how though it gave me lots of frustrations and impatience and all that, but it helped me stay in my path. It helped me maintain my focus. and it gave me the confidence, and it gave me the trust and faith, most importantly. Even though whatever happening in your world is completely different from whatever has been predicted or so, trust. The universe has your back. Trust and faith is even more important for human life to thrive. That's how I take it,
really
especially
breathe that
during
in.
these difficult days. Yeah.
That is potent. Thank you for that wonderful reminder. I feel I've got 2 questions left, but that was just so beautiful. I just wanted to sit in that. So second last question. What about reading cards as a way of being? Because they're just a part of your life, you know, just as you wear saris and paint. What about having this as a way of being allows you to feel joy and that element of fun in life?
I'm very regular with oracle readings, even if I don't do for others. Personally, I do the readings for me almost every day, and I have lots of oracle cards, right? Lots of dimensional cards too. I'm like always excited to learn what message is coming from this realm, what message is coming from this realm. It's funny at times. I love doing that actually. Even though I miss doing my meditation practice, being in touch with these cards keep me more connected to my soul and spirit. So it just takes a moment to connect with these cards, right? Even though you don't sit in a calm place and do meditation and all, or healing for you and others. This is like a quick and handy method of being in touch with your friends in the other realms.
That's beautiful. Beautiful, Amanda. You're saying something that way?
No, that's how I see this whole analogy.
Beautiful. You're very good at painting pictures with your words.
Thank you so much.
So the last question is, when people go to your Facebook page and any other social media handles present, what will they find there?
So right now I have a Facebook group, my business page, and a YouTube channel for healings and meditations. So it's like I bring all parts of me to all of these pages. So my group is a combination of oracle readings, shamanic paintings, healings, healing through photography, and oh, I forgot about the floral DNA. I'm also the creatives of floral DNA alchemy. I work with the pure and gentlest energy of the flowers. I basically activate the DNA in human body and bringing those healings, which people may thought quite not possible, maybe because of huge resistances in their lives. So I also bring that energy as well, connecting with the other elementals too. So it's like all my pages are full of these, even in the meditations I do or the healings I do in the YouTube channel, right? I bring in all these mixture. I bring all my superpowers into all my offerings. So it's like, it is mind blowing. That's what I think.
Oh, that is magic, bringing in that essence energy of the flowers, because we're all one and we can appreciate really the flowers with our eyes, but I mean, we don't think about what value they can give to us on an energetic basis. When did that come through for you? Where in your journey?
It came to me 1 year back, I think. I did a quite intensive DNA activation with one of the healer and coaches. So when she activated my 33 chakra DNAs, all those soul gifts came to me. Yeah. And I channel my soul gifts through the paintings. So it's like, I know what are going to come, and I know when it comes, yeah, this is it. So the paintings are like, they open the gateways to me.
Oh, that's
I would
profound.
have painted something 1 year back, and the meaning of it will come later in the months.
So do you, when the meaning comes through, is it an instant remembering of which painting it is associated with, or do you just come across the painting?
So I get the meaning from the paintings, and I could really correlate with one another painting that would have come months back. It's like, as you said, it's an instant recognition, and it's like goosebump moments for me.
Oh, that is so thrilling. I feel like how you said you love connecting with all the multidimensional beings and the different spices of life. You've truly offered a variety of what we're capable of. We're not just humans. We are, through being human, we have access to all of these ways of interacting as life and interacting with life and the other dimensions within life, beyond angels and elementals and goddesses and such like that. In closing, is there any final words, any final thing you feel to share from your heart?
Journeying through these oracle cards and using many healing modalities made me realize that every human being goes through this path. And we all know it's not oh, jolly, you just sit and you be calm and peaceful at all times. It's definitely not that. You feel everything in your blood and bones, right? It's the most difficult journey any human can undergo, but we all go through that. So every work I do could be the oracle readings or the paintings I do and put it out in my group, or my YouTube channel, which has all the healings and meditations, right? Everything is aimed at providing guidances as well as support through this difficult journey. So whatever I suffered during my depression times, I worked with angels and the cards came through and the healing came through. And YouTube has been an amazing resource. So that made me start my YouTube channel. And looking out for oracle guidances online and offline made me offer the oracle guidance for everyone on a daily basis or weekly basis. And also the healings. I also offer healings through my paintings as well as through downloads. I also download that and give it to people. So honestly, I really want to give that to the community, the global community. My intention is purely to guide any human soul who goes through this journey as I did earlier, to support them, to honor their soul path, and make sure they trust themselves and the universe. Yeah.
I encourage everybody to connect with DEEPIKA through one of her mediums. Sitting here, my body is alive connecting with you. Like every single cell is vibrating, and I feel like I can float off into the sky right now. Not even float off, just like spring up into the air.
We all do.
So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, sharing the wisdom of the divine, and walking this path, because the things you've shared, they're not easy to go through. They're not the fun part of the experience, but you have allowed them to be an opportunity and offer so much. And as you share with the community, continue to share and offer so much to the global and the collective. And I honor you in that. And I look forward to hearing all the stories that come forward in the future as the next couple of things emerge. So thank you, DEEPIKA. Thank you, everyone else.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be part of this series. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
And I hope everyone else is buzzing, because I definitely feel. Until next time.